Jacob.
Yes, people, welcome. So sorry about the delay. I was over on Arrival's channel and I had to speak with my chest. They were talking about signings of the summer and I had to make sure my boy James Madison gets locked in as the signing of the summer. I don't care what any Rival fan says, James Madison 1000% is the signing of the summer. So apologies about being delayed. I appreciate y'all hanging tough with me. I see there's already 40 people in the house, 41 people checking in right now. If you don't mind, go ahead and hit that like button, or don't hit the dislike, participate in the poll. We'll see how the numbers shake out at the end of the party. But the question of today is, do you feel like Højbjerg can fight for his place in the starting 11? Obviously some quotes came out today, we'll talk about it, but how are we doing? Welcome in to episode number 45, episode number 45 of the Untitled series here on United Spurs of America. Again, apologies for the delay. Yesterday it was because my wife is officially a music therapist, which again, shout out my wife, MTBC, Zoe Honzopoulos. What a lad. What a lass. That's what I was trying to say. But big up my wife every single time. Kind of ponied up that intro. But how are we all feeling? Happy Wednesday. Good morning to those of you in Australia. Good evening to those of you in the UK. And happy afternoon. Hope you all have enjoyed your day here in America as well. So Thursday for those of you down under, potentially down under. But let me say what's up to the chat. I see y'all already busting in the chat. Let me do not take any more time. Steady as Shark gets the first place prize today with the quiz. Always knows the sign off. I love that. Kate from Just a Girl Who Loves Spurs. Big up, Kate. Hope you're living well. You and Jim out there. Caption Grandma, first YouTube chat member checking in, says, have a great show. Good night, all. Good night, Caption Grandma. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. The Rude Boy sound, big up. How you doing, my friend? Says, limited on the skills, great attitude, see the ball, tackle man, and ball, boom. And that's a pretty good synopsis there of the one and only Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Chris Peters is in the house. Another YouTube chat member says, big up, Jacob. Missed you last night, but watching tonight. Hey, good to have you here. Hope you enjoyed your day. Hope you had a good weekend. I've this nuisance hair. I was talking about it yesterday. It's like a strand that just keeps tickling my face. Very distracting. Alan Bennett, question, what did I pick in the poll? I'm going to say Alan Bennett, I don't know. No way, he's booty cheeks. That's what I'm going to say you chose, Alan. Big up, Alan. Hope you're well. Roy's in the house. Big up to the one and all. Have a fabulous time, Jacob. One love, Coys. Big up, Roy. Hope you're keeping well, my friend. Got a question here from Chris Peters. This is the way, just a fresh disclaimer off the top of the show. If you don't want to super chat, obviously you super chat, I'll get to it right away. I will make haste to get, wait, is it make haste or save haste? Is haste wait or hurry? I don't know. But you super chat, we'll get right to it. Or if you want to do the free 99, which is what my choice is, do what Chris Peters here does. Hit that Q. I'll star it and I'll bring it up at some point to, and we'll talk about it. So it's a good way to get your questions in and it will get read. Again, sorry about running late, y'all. I do apologize. Effing hell. Oi, oi, Jacob, big up. Hope you're doing well. Ben Kaufman, the #1 moderator, hit that like button on the way in. Go ahead and do as Ben Kaufman says. Man, I'm still just thinking about that panel I was just on. I was just on that panel, and they were trying to tell me James Madison ain't the signing of the summer. That's silly. Big up, Chris Peters. Ben Kaufman says, something I learned today, Dorrington and Phillips played together for England already, so just need some growing. Interesting little factoid there. Guess what, for the U18s over there in England? All right. I like the camaraderie. I like the friendship. I want to see more of it. Mrs. RG, another YouTube chat. We got a lot of YouTube chat members checking in. Love to see that. Says, I'm early. Good evening. Can't wait to enjoy the show. Appreciate you when you do watch on playback. Those of you who are watching on playback, know I do appreciate you. If you leave any comments behind, I will reply to them. That is something I try to do. I'm not like the Hotspur Hippie. Shout out Paul Beatty over there with the Hotspur Hippie, by the way. But he says he's not going to reply to comments because, you know, he doesn't want to create. I don't know why. You'll have to ask Paul. Comment on Paul's videos that he uploads and say, why won't you reply? But I'll reply. Just know that. I will reply. Shout out to Hotspur Hippie every single time. Big up Mrs. RG. Phil Coy's in the house. Big up Jacob in the chat. Big up Phil. Hope you're keeping well. Enjoyed your show over there on the Irish Hotspur. Good to see you contributing all around the place. Big up Rich. Big up people. YouTube chat member in the house. Big up. How you doing? Jessica says, could Ainge use Højbjerg as a backup center back as well? Watching Ashmatic's tactical vids last night, the center backs look to play in the 6 area a lot of the time. That's a good point, and I love Ashmatic's breakdown videos and all that. But Jessica, I think he's a good mentality guy. He's the kind of guy that Ainge POSTECOGLOU, I think, this is just my amateur opinion here, I do think that he is the kind of guy who could be flexible in a position where you could flex him to maybe a center back. I don't necessarily know that I want him doing more than what a Christian Romero. You never know what Ainge could cook up with these guys. But the main thing is, I think the mindset of Højbjerg. This is something that I did want to touch on. I had my bookmark somewhere, and I was going to share that with y'all, because I have the exact quote here, and I feel like it's a good thing to talk about, but I will share it. Let me keep running through the chat. Big up Jessica. I'm going to star this because this is a great point you bring up as well, and I want to talk about that. Future Music says, hey, Jacob in chat, immaculate vibes from the mothership. Beep boop, tap in. Come on, you Spurs. How you doing? Say no more Gov says, the lateness has destroyed my mental health. I apologize that my tardiness affected your mental health. I would never want to have that control over anybody personally. So I hope you're keeping well. Boxing Kangaroo. Yo, Jacob, how's it hanging, bro? May the big Tottenham Texan keep oozing Spurs hope and freedom of expression. Big up, Boxing Kangaroo. And no, that is not a Norwich logo. It is, in fact, a kangaroo logo. I zoomed in on it yesterday. Big up, Boxing Kangaroo. Hope you're living well. Saving the kangaroos, not eating them. Let's not eat the kangaroos. Paul Beatty's talking about stabbing a mommy kangaroo all the way to the Joey. You get a 2 for 1. I'm not having it. Not going to start my show thinking about that. Big up Paul Brown. Evening, Jacob. Last time delayed. There was fabulous news regarding your wife. Don't tell me you just won the lottery. That would be amazing. I would love to win the lottery. Anyone win the lottery, you want to be a sponsor of United Spurs of America, come holler at your boy. Big up Chelsea Blue and Blue says smash the likes. Again, I always say, if a rival fan can come in here and smash up the likes, then what excuse does the Spurs fan have? None, if you ask me, but that's just my opinion. I'd like to buy the United Spurs of America soundtrack. That's a good point. Maybe I do need to put out like I did accidentally hit the very long countdown today. Normally I do like a minute 45 countdown. Today was like the 4-minute one, so I do apologize about that. But yeah, all the music is made by my father-in-law. It's all original stuff. Big up Catman Jess, another YouTube chat member, was over there with me, fighting the good fight in Staffy TV's channel. Says, great job over at Staffy's channel. Jacob Matters is the signing of the summer. No doubt. I'll keep checking back over there to make sure he's still at the top. He better be at the top 100% of the. Please let me know, Jess, or I'm going to have to text Staffy and tell him that there's crimes happening on your YouTube channel. But big up Catman Jess. Spurs GCTV. Evening, Jacob. Big up Spurs GCTV. Hope you are doing well. Alexander Hilton's in the house. Steak Basuma is what I would say to that. Effing hell. Yep, sorry about the delay. Daniel Sandoval, big up. One love. Come on, you Spurs. How you doing, Daniel? Hope you're keeping well. The Mod Father's in the house, so like the stream. Do as Ben says. He'll find you. Cursor, like secured. Big up my guy. Big up Cursor, the GOAT. How you doing, sir? Big up yourself. David Cooper, Coop Dog in the house. Big up. Says, good day, Jacob. Coop Dog in the house. Big up, David Cooper. A member of the 10-inch club. Now, I haven't added to the actual, like, countdown videos because those are all just mostly, like, the Patreon members. And quite frankly, I lost the data file to that video. So technically, it'll be a pain in the arse to change it. But David, I have a plan to fix that. So don't worry, David. Coop Dog. I'll get that sorted. Elvis G. Evening, Jacob in the chat. Grab the beers on the way in, everyone. Do as Elvis G says. Chris Peters says, Jacob, you need to update your Lover's Lane members. I'm not there on the intro. Chris Peters. Yeah, like kind of like I was just saying, that was for the. I did that countdown originally before we had memberships on the channel. So it was just for the Patreon members. I might try and redo those countdown videos and do one for all the members. The thing is that the Lovers Lane member, it will be like 3 sheets now because y'all are absolutely killing it signing up for the membership. So I want to find a way to shout out everybody. I want to find a way to make sure I reciprocate the love y'all are showing here. Because honestly, you've blown me away. You've blown my wife away. She's also like, wow, I can't believe so many people are willing to listen to you talk about the same damn thing over and over. And honestly, I'm just grateful y'all are here contributing to the conversation. Catman Jess says, if you smell what the cough moderator, Modfather's brewing, that's confusing as hell. Chris is a lover, says Ben. Who's Chris? What are you talking about? John Fitzpatrick, big up John Fitzy. YouTube's lateness is greatness. It can be. Big up Anfield Uncle Rod says, love your intro, bro. Appreciate that. Try to bring a little production value. Chewy, we've just started the show. No time for that. There's Chewy. He's sleeping. He can't hear you if you say hi, so don't worry about it. Ben Kaufman, not acceptable. I'm sorry about that. Ellie, Queen Ellie's in the house. We have royalty checking in, says, no one can deny Højbjerg is an ultimate professional. He has played very well, especially Oakley with Benny. Especially playing with Benny? I don't know. And it was so unfair on the two of them that Conte played only a 2-man midfield. Well, Ellie, he didn't get the move. Sounds like he's going to be willing to fight for any position, whether it be on the bench or in the 11. Sounds like he's wants to... We'll talk about it. I have a quote, Ellie. Don't worry. I'm sure you've read the same quote because I'm sure anything Højbjerg that gets tweeted, Queen Ellie definitely knows. Big up Cal L. Agent, saw you over there at Staffy TV as well. Says, long as Sir Jimmy was above Timber anyway. I mean, everyone's got to go above Timber, in my opinion. Timber was way too high. He should have been on the needs time because he literally needs time. What a lad. Big up the wifey. Jacob May, Ainge was the signing of the summer. Yeah, unfortunately, that wasn't an option. There was just players. But if you ask me, I would definitely say that's our signing of the summer, 1,000%. Because without Ainge, I don't think we even get James Madison. Because remember James Madison's quote when he signed, says, I spoke to him. And boy, howdy, did he the way he just says, like, whether you join us or not, you're not going to see the same Tottenham Hotspur. I can guarantee that. And he was like, shit, sounds like something I want to be a part of. Effing hell, Højbjerg is nothing more than a 70-minute sub. I guess that gives me a little insight into where you might have voted in the poll. See, 56 votes, 52 likes. So y'all are absolutely killing it. Over 75 people in the house right now. Big up. We have just begun. 17 minutes in, over 70 of y'all. Hit that like. Enjoy yourself. Happy Wednesday. Trying to catch up here in the comments before I move on to the first bit of business. Say no more, Gov. Can you tell the difference between the TV series Taxi and the film Taxi Driver? Yeah, one's got Robert De Niro. I know that much. I need Paul for the cultural stuff. I need Paul. Just jump in to hit a like. Big up, man. Appreciate that. Showing some love over here. That's a Liverpool fan, so appreciate you doing that, my friend. Appreciate you being here. Long as Sir Matters was above Timber, yeah, absolutely. Oakley is a typo. No worries, Ellie. 8:20 a.m. in the morning for the kangaroo land lovers. I will say start your day off by hugging a kangaroo, not by eating one. Come on, let's be nice to the kangaroos. I always wanted to be a kangaroo myself. Adam 127 Sodra had to switch stream as soon as I saw you were live. What's good, Adam? How you doing? How you feeling? Saw you over there at Staffy TV as well. The only comments I saw from you were spitting facts, sir. So appreciate you being here. I do appreciate it indeed. Mick Dundee, not Crocodile Dundee. This is Mick Dundee. Hi from Melbourne, Australia. Hello, and good morning, sir. I hope you are enjoying a tasty beverage. Tasty caffeinated beverage. At least I would need one. Big up, Mick Dundee indeed. David Cooper. Jacob, maybe ask your wife to trim your fringe. What the hell's a fringe? What are you talking about? Spurs GCTV. Højbjerg already proved ideal on as a sub with a steady head to see out games, makes him valuable to the squad. I tampered around with that idea that he would be at least a good substitute because let's have it right. I mean, when he signed with us, he was our best midfielder for quite some time. I would say up until last year with Bentancur. He was our best midfielder up until then. So, I mean, let's have some respect. I think he can serve a role in a certain style of ball play, and maybe it doesn't suit the ANGE POSTECOGLOU style necessarily. But if he's willing to work at it, you never know. I mean, sometimes all it takes is the right mentality to get things that maybe don't come naturally. Make haste. Okay, so I get that right. Madison is still at the top. Good, Cat, man. Appreciate you letting me know. Make haste means to quicken up. So, yeah, make haste. That's what I meant. I miss hanging with Jacob. We haven't made pancakes in months. I just made a bunch of pancake mix this morning, so holler at me. We'll get a pancake stream going. Hotspur Hippie, you stitched me right up there. Oh, did you hear me talk about Hotspur Hippie not gonna... Won't give you comments? Don't worry. Go comment on everything Hotspur Hippie has to say. Why won't you comment back? Why won't you reply? That'll give him views and it'll piss him off at the same time, so it'll be fun. I like Ben. He's a real one. Take care, Ben. There you go. You are a real one. Jacob, when you going to play something on that instrument in the background? I know it's not yours, but I'm sure you've been taught some basics. I was taught how to do Jaws. The no. That's all I can do. And I can only do the no. I can't do any of the other parts, so not very good. Definitely not going to embarrass myself. Ellie says he's got more to his game than he gets credit for. He doesn't suit a center back. He would, however, suit a sweeper role through like Steve Perryman did for Spurs later in his career. But Ellie, what I would ask you is, Højbjerg, if he's going to start, whose position in the 11 would he take? Because I don't see him. I don't see him starting over Sarr or Bissouma. I would say I'm not saying he should be a center back, but if the center backs are occupying that 6 space, the similar areas to a Højbjerg, then why not? Kangaroo is okay. We're not doing this today, y'all. We're not going to do this today. We are not. Love a kangaroo. That's it. That's all I got to say about that. Big up Ben Kaufman, 65 away from 600. Big up Ravi. Go on, Jacob. Didn't know you played cello. No, I do not play the cello. It's there for aesthetic purposes. Plus, this is also my wife's studio. She's the classically trained. It's kind of dark in here. It looks kind of dark. Like you can't even see the dog barely. He blends in with the darkness. I need to get some more light in here. If I won the lottery, I'd big up Jacob's show with a lot of investment. Need to get these chilled Spurs vibes out. Big up Chris Peters. I'll hold you to it. You win the lottery, I'm calling you. Hey, we've been best friends for 30 years, man. Don't deny me now. Big up Jawdank in the house. Someone I have been friends with for damn near 30 years. Bobby the Greek, big up all the way to Jacob and the Spurs family. Big up Bobby the Greek. Appreciate you showing some love. 48 likes, bruv. Let's see. 57 likes now. Appreciate that. 61 votes. So only 4 people don't want to grab the free beer on their way in. That's big ups. Appreciate you doing that. El Tel Cocarel is in the house. They are reporting that Dyer held talks with Levy today in regards to being left out of the squad for the first 4 games. Does this mean that he's hanging out with them? That he called a meeting like, why was I out? Or he's trying to get a meeting to get out? I'm curious what the reports are. David says, Jacob, it's okay being late today. It gave me time to visit the throne. By the way, I watched the Hotspur Hitman Paul yesterday and liked his channel. He was walking and I was worried he was going to trip. Don't worry. Those videos he can edit. So even if he does fall, he'll just cut the tape and rerun it. Don't worry, David. Paul's got it under control. Just wait till you see the videos when he's like out overlooking the entire outback. It's pretty cool. Hotspur Hippie is going to send Zoe a kangaroo steak as a reward for her fantastic exam result. Adrian Lawrence, my wife does not eat beef of any kind. She will occasionally eat chicken, but that is it. Turkey as well, but no beef, no pork, definitely no kangaroo. I would not allow her to, personally. Big up Chris Peters, love you anyway. So does my wife. Big up to you and your wife, sir. Always here showing some love. Højbjerg is my favorite subject, as I am his queen, says Ellie. And I agree that he should be coming off of the bench to seal matches. Well, there you go. If you were able to appreciate him coming off the bench, then maybe that is the role that he should be suited to. Alan Bennett, please, can I see my video before 12? What time is it? Remind me closer to 12, Alan. I'll play it for you. How about that? Van de Veen said the same exact thing. Genuinely a big fan of that. I do love hearing the quotes coming out. He says how fun it is to play for Tottenham. Van de Ven came out and said, I'm having so much fun playing for Tottenham. That is absolutely crazy, and I love it. I love it so much. It's such a good turn of events, honestly. Taxi Driver has De Niro, and Taxi star Danny DeVito and Andy Kaufman and Christopher Lloyd. Interesting. One sounds like a comedy, and I know the one with De Niro was not a comedy. Fringe equals bangs. Oh, they're not bangs, though. They're just stragglers. They're just stragglers. Big up Jay Kismet in the house. A 70-minute sub could still be good for our team. Effing hell, as lots of subs do when they come on. You know what every player can contribute to a victory, be it at the start or off the bench. Big up, Ellie. Talking the talk. I've heard roux tail is really tasty. Okay, we're not doing that today. We're not doing that today. 80 of y'all in the house, hit that like, but we're not talking about kangaroos, tails being eaten. That's not a pleasant thought. Chris Peters says 75 minutes sub. Sean E.J. Daniel, hi Jay from Barbados. Big up, Sean. Good day, sir. Højbjerg is needed. We missed an opportunity by not signing Alex Scott, and both Basuma and Sarr will miss up to 5 matches for AFCON. So Pierre-Emile Højbjerg and Bentancur will be critical. Good point there, Sean. I absolutely agree that they'll be critical, and it's greater. I would rather have them and not need. It's like the old, you rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Come January, when we're missing players, potentially from injury or AFCON, Asia Games, whatever it may be, you'd rather have some of these utility guys that can not necessarily go wow you for 90 minutes, but I guess hold the ship together. Hopefully hold the ship together. Didn't really do it versus Fulham, did he? PAH is a perfect 15-minute sub, nothing more, says J. Cole Cheeseman, Cole. Big up CC, says, I like your content, bro. Appreciate that. Haven't seen you here in the chat before, but big up. Appreciate you being here. Always like seeing some new names. Let me know where you're tapping in from if you haven't done so already, and I'll try to make sure to remember for future references. But I appreciate everyone who has tapped in at this moment. Big up, Cole. For the kind comment. Let's see here. David Cooper, Jacob, I'm a wee bit worried about Paul. Does he live on the streets? I'm aware he lives in the UK, but have you actually seen where he lives? Don't worry about Paul. He's great. He's doing great. He's a great guy. And no, he doesn't live on the streets. He doesn't live in the UK either. So, missing the mark there a little bit, David, but he's great. I talk to Paul every day. He's doing fantastic. Don't worry about Paul. Son of a gun. Another YouTube chat member, big up, son of a gun. You're a long fan. You've been a fan for a long, long time, if I'm not mistaken. Says Sarr, Basuma, Bentancur, Madison, Lo Celso, if he ever gets fit, are all in front of him, and Skippy isn't any better. But he's homegrown, so best for him to find pastures new for his own good, says son of a gun. Well, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't want to see him go in the manner in which we did with the Sanchez either, because Sanchez is gone, and we were worried about the depth there at the center back position. We're talking about Dorrington. We're talking about Ashley Phillips filling in. What I would say is Pierre-Emile Højbjerg can at least be a suitable body. He is a warm body that can go out there and do a job. Now, if it's the job that we want, I don't know. That remains to be seen. But again, the man's quote, I'm going to go ahead and share it, and I'll keep running through the chat while I have it up. So anyone who's not on X or Twitter, whatever it's called, here's the quote for y'all as well. So Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, on his role being reduced so far at Tottenham, quote, this is from the horse's ass himself, says, there's been a good dialogue throughout. I love that. There's been a good dialogue throughout. Something we heard with Conte was from Richarlison, there was no communication, and it just so happened that he was shafting me. So I like that initially. The first sentence, that there's good dialogue, that shows you that our manager communicates at least his thoughts and intentions for a player. And I think that when we talk about, oh, this guy could come and be frustrated, he might not appreciate where he's at in 3 months for his career. But you know what? At least there's good dialogue, and any dialogue at that. He goes on to say, quote, and there has been a great respect for both parties. In the end, the most important thing, and I have made this very clear to the coaching club, the most important thing is I have to show my best side and deserve what I get from playing time. I'm going to finish off the quote real quick and come back to that. Right now, I'm not among the starting 11. It is what it is. I try to show my best side if the coach points to me. Now, initially, I'm curious what y'all think about that, if it just sounds like hoopla or if you believe this guy right here. To me, I feel like he's the kind of guy he'd say something if he genuinely felt that way. But that's just me. That's just me personally. Let's see here. So the part I have highlighted says the most important thing, and I've made this clear to the coaching club, is that I have to show my best side and deserve what I get from playing time. That's not this Eric Dyer, oh, I'm not getting playing time, I'm going to throw a hissy fit. This is that when you need me, when you call upon me, I will try to show my best side. Now, if that best side is good enough, is up for debate. I'm curious what y'all think in the chat. Let me keep going through, saying hello to everyone, because I feel like I'm almost near the end, and it might just refresh and boost me up to the top. So let's see here. Yeah, Paul is in Australia. He's an Aussie. If only Jacob supported Chelsea. No freaking way, man. But I support you as a human. I don't support Chelsea in no way. Let's see here. John Cunningham held to the Jay up the Spurs. Big up, John Cunningham. Big up. This is a new name in the house. Sean says Højbjerg can play as center back for the rest of the season. Maybe he could. David Cooper, shite. I'd like to buy Paul a beer one time. Go buy him a beer. But David, aren't you? David, you're not in Alaska. No, you're in Australia. That's another David. That's in Alaska. Bobby the Greek, Yasu Eli, fellow Greek, Yasu indeed. Hello, hello. Alex Wood, big ups. Big ups, Alex Wood. Appreciate you being here. Boxing Kangaroo says, why wouldn't you play for Uncle Ange, eh? This team will become a close-knit unit, guys. Why wouldn't you want to play for Uncle Ange? Yeah, very good point. I think a lot of people in a couple years are going to be wanting to come here and play for Ange when they see the style and the domination and the manner in which we dominate things. Let's have it right. If only there's an injury, of course, would he play as center back? Yeah, Sean, I'm not opposed to it. I think Ainge is a talented enough manager. He could help a guy get out of position and play another one. I think Højbjerg has the right kind of mindset. This thing that I have highlighted right here of his quote today would signify that as well. Big up, Ben. Mark Ruffalo is one of my favorite American actors. Mark Ruffalo is a great actor. Shout out Mark Ruffalo. What are we seeing? Ellie says, Højbjerg, I'm sure, will start some matches over Sarr as a kid. Will need to be rested and not overplay Jacob to protect them, as every great manager does with their youngsters. Good point. Again, when we're looking at rotating the squad, you have to at least have somebody there. And he is somebody, and he's proved in his tenure here that he's a guy, if his best ability is availability, at least he's got that, because some players don't. I'm looking at you, Giovanni Lo Celso. Quez Ali, big up, Dyer out. I can see him working for Hood, Carnation, Nestle, or even Lactate in the near future. I don't know what Hood, Carnation, I know Nestle's the chocolate, and Lactate is like those, Lactate is like a laxative, I think. Oh, you're kidding about the center back thing. I actually think he could. I mean, I don't really care if we need him, but I'd rather see Ashley Phillips. Definitely rather see El Del Coquerel. Big up, Jose. Good to see you over there, Jose, on Colin's Talking Ball Show. Big up for that. Says the report on Chris Callen's 60-second update released an hour ago is that Dyer's meeting with Levy. That's absolutely absurd if that is true. God, that makes me so upset. You please don't tell me that is true, because that is going to very much upset me. Andy Kaufman. Will Bentancur be the same player? Nasty injury. We've talked about this a lot here on the show. One second. Hydration Nation, go ahead and pause for the cause. David O'Laughlin, big up yourself right now, buddy. Will Bentancur be the same player? Nasty injury. Well, very, very much was nasty. Hyperextension of the knees, nothing to joke about. If this was 30 years ago, 15 years ago, when I was a kid, I remember watching elite level athletes take this hyperextension, and it was like 1 in 10 ever come back from it. I'm looking at Willis McGahee. Anyone in America might know who Willis McGahee is. He took a nasty hyperextension to the knee in college and came back and had a very good career. So, you know, he can't. It's not to say he can't. He's tracking better than I think a lot of people thought. Originally, we had put him around December, January. At least for me, I said it's going to be a clean 16 months till we see this guy, if at all, next season, because that kind of injury takes some time. I mean, remember when we first started to see photos of him, his leg looked like it lost a lot of muscle mass. So that is something to be concerned about. But there was a video like 2 weeks ago of him on one knee doing a lot of bouncing and cone drills and shit. So that signifies to me that that he may be on the path a little bit quicker than we all might have thought. So that's always fun to see. I not only want him to come back, David, and be the same player, I need him to be better. There were matches in which I thought that he could have been better. We were not great overall, so I don't hold him against it. But I think he was on a track with us to be a very, very quality player. Now, he showed that he's quality. It just needs to take a couple more steps up. And then it's unfortunate because he was doing that and then got the injury. Hopefully it doesn't set him back. So I hope he can come back and be an even better player than he was before, personally. And let's not have it two ways about it. I mean, when he comes back, that's going to be a crowded room to try and go ahead and get a seat in. So good luck to you, my friend. Big up, Ellie. Pick up. Where are we at? Kai Bike, PEH was a godsend when we picked him up. He's been consistent with his performances throughout. I think he can fight for a spot, says Kai Bike. Big up, Kai. Hope you're keeping well. Good to see you here. Yeah, when we picked him up, he was our best midfielder for the next few years. So let's call it how we see it, right? Wales versus Korea. Who do you like? This young man daddy all day. Talk to me nicely. Brennan Johnson versus Ben Davies will be interesting. There was something I saw before the show started, and it was a reporter asking Son, what's it like going to be playing your old teammates, you know, Ben Davies and Brennan Johnson? And Son made sure to make a point. Don't forget about my boy Joey Roden. Let's not forget about Joey Roden. All right? No one forget. He played striker for Leeds. They lost, but he played striker for Leeds once. Maybe he was the striker we always needed. Just kidding. Sean from Barbados says, going all out with the expectations here. Once we are lucky with injuries, Spurs can push City for the FA Cup and league title. You are going a little bit all out, but I respect it. I like it. If we are lucky with injuries, which that's a big 4-leaf clover we gotta find, but I hope so, man. I hope so. I think we could push for the FA Cup. It just depends how serious City want to take it. I think everything is City is a favorite for. So that's just the honesty, right? But what I would say is maybe we could do something. Maybe not this year, but next year. Inthaj in the house. Big up, Inthaj. What up, Mr. Metaphors? Mr. Metaphors. I was going to try and do a play on words there, but I don't want to embarrass myself. Ange can see through players' bullcrap, so the appropriate players will get picked to play according to training, dressing room attitude, and persona, says Boxing Kangaroo. Big up, Boxing Kangaroo. Yeah, I know that for a fact, and we've seen it. And that's why Eric Dyer has been nowhere near the 18, because, yeah, he can smell the bullshit from a mile away. It's time for me to go. Take good care, everyone, and remember, come on, you Spurs. Big up, Say No More Gov. Have a good night, my friend. As always, stay blessed and stay fresh, my friend. Stay blessed and fresh. Baxter the Wall, or Thewell. You never told me how to say your last name, but big up, Baxter. Good morning, Jacob. Cold, rainy day here in New South Wales, Australia. Cheers, and come on, you Spurs. Well, good morning. Hopefully the sun will peer out at some point and be nice, but maybe the rain is cooling you down. Well, I don't know. Maybe. Shearman says, I think Højbjerg is saying that the system has changed and he backs Ange, but knows he has to earn his spot and earn his playing time. That's a good point. Maybe that's what he's saying to us. Is that what he's saying to us, y'all? Is that what this man is saying? Could be. Big up, C. Shearman, another YouTube chat member in the house. Also, real quick, anyone who's on Discord, if you're into Discord and all that jazz, United Spurs of America does have a server on Discord. So if you want to join it, it's in the description of this video. And we have a director of football, unlike Spurs. A director of football, the admin for the Big Up Zapur, helped me out there with that server. So if you're in the Discord, come on, say hello. Quez, not a fan of Højbjerg as a footballer, but I believe his statement. He seems like a high character guy. Yeah, I agree with all of this, Quez Ali, personally. Faye Deadman, I think we get rid of Richie in January and try to get Gift Orban. Well, if you get rid of Richie, you better go ahead and damn sure get Gift Orban. Chris Peters, I'd take Højbjerg as a center back if needed. Wishful thinking. Good point. Dan Davenport, hey Jacob in chat, it's a very exciting start for us so far this season. Absolutely very exciting start indeed. Big up Dan Davenport. Hope you're keeping well today or this evening. All teams have injuries. We will need him, says Rob Ragnarsson. And good point, Rob. Big up, Rob. Hope you're keeping well, my friend. Good to see you back in the chat. I agree. Always better to have him and not need him than need him and not have him. See, Sherman, Dorrington, and Phillips are playing if the center backs get hurt. But what if one of them get hurt? Then could it be Højbjerg, C. Sherman? Maybe that's what we're looking at. Maybe. I'm not saying I'm sold on the idea. I'm just saying it's a possibility. Dyer is hanging around because he wants a job at Spurs after he retires from football. Doubt he'll ever leave. He's a bastard. He's such a bastard. Hurricane reference. Nice, Jacob. Uh-oh. Did I make a hurricane reference? Dyer meeting with Levy is good if it means contract canceled and he doesn't want his contract payment. Then he can go off and join a Portuguese team. What Portuguese team will have him? That's my next question. What Portuguese team would have him? Be funny. One of the nastiest knee injuries I've seen. Oh, that's the hurricane reference, J. Cole. Yeah, it was Miami Hurricane football. You're right. Miami Hurricane. That's okay. That makes sense. Sorry, I forgot what we were talking about. But yeah, one of the nastiest knee injuries I've ever seen. That was a great Miami team. Yes, it was. Willis McGahee, what a guy. Big up Quez. Son of a Gun says Ainge likes his midfielders and center backs to have pace, and unfortunately, Højbjerg is very one pace, therefore not suitable for either position. Certainly not as a starter. What I'll say also about Højbjerg is, anytime I see him, it's just the good, the bad, and the ugly. He'll do something good, he'll do something bad, and he'll do something ugly. And it's just, you can't escape it, whether 20 minutes on the pitch or not. Let's see, where am I? Bentancur, ACL injury. A lot of players come back from that now. We have stabilization drills for recovery now that we didn't have or know about before. Yeah, there you go. I mean, we've all said that the medicine is very much further advanced. Chris Peters, Callan reported that Dyer has gone to Uncle Levy. That is not, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Højbjerg, very classy player. I was disappointed by his performance recently against Fulham. However, he can and will help Spurs this season in both Premier League and FA Cup. Depth is better than no depth. I stand by it. Lenny Beckford in the house. Big up, Lenny. Says Højbjerg isn't the most technically gifted player, but he has a lot of fight. He does have a lot of that. I say we need him for when the AFCON is on. We can replace him in the summer. Honest player. Very good assessment there, Lenny. New name in the chat as well. And I agree with everything you said. City is favored for the quadruple, of course, says Chris. I'm sure they are, betting-wise. We can take City in the FA Cup. We are their bogey team. We are absolutely their bogey team. They don't like us, especially if we happen to play them at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. They can't seem to get a goal there. And I hope that trend continues. We shall see. But big up. Son of a gun, silly question, and I probably know the answer, but is there any chance the Baby Bombers could win enough games to make the playoffs? Who the hell is that? What? The Baby Bombers? The Baby Boomers? Well, who are they? I don't know what this means, son of a gun. Could win enough games to make the playoffs. I don't know what that means, man. Barry and Baxter checking in. Hit the likes up, you mofos. Show Jacob some love. Jay letting you know that I'm amped about the NFL season. My Lions have had the most amount of positive feedback ever. My Spurs are doing okay also. And then goes on to say, I have no issues with Højbjerg. Dyer, I have massive issues with. I have massive issues with him as well, Barry and Baxter. Fundamental entitled attitude. Dude is a terrible team player. And he is a terrible player, full stop. Can't wait till he's gone. I agree wholeheartedly. Big up Barry Baxter. Good luck to your Detroit Lions as well. Jared Goff ain't it, though. Am I the only one thinking Johnson will be more impactful than Kulu? I don't think you're the only one, and I agree with you, honestly. I honestly do. Ben Kaufman off to bed. Stay fresh, stay blessed. Come on, you Spurs. And as always, leave you out. Big up, Ben Kaufman, and good night, sir. Good luck tomorrow. Question here from Chris Peters. Got that one starred up. Adam Crew, big up. Another new name. Says, Højbjerg is a true pro. He's not first choice, but he can definitely be counted on if needed. Well said. Well said, Adam Crew. Like that photo, too. Very nice photo. Gio Rea, PEH is a hit or miss. However, I do agree that he has an elite mindset, has strong attributes. Hope he improves this season. I hope he improves in the style of gameplay. Remains to be seen if he can. New York Yankees. Oh, the baby bombers are the New York Yankees. Oh, okay. Go Texas Rangers. That's all I know. I don't know if they're doing good, but go Texas Rangers. Ellie Carpenter came back from ACL surgery recently for the Matildas in the Women's World Cup and unfortunately is not the same player. She was lucky to retain her spot in the starting 11. I hope that's not the same for Mr. Rodrigo, personally. Big up Jazz Fusion's in the house as well. I have finally caught up on the chat. There we go. So let me pull up some of these questions that we've got. I do want to highlight this that I have starred from Jessica. It's not a question. Moreover, it is a thought. And honestly, I'm curious what y'all think in the chat. I'm curious if y'all think that this is a legitimate option. Could we use Pierre-Emile Højbjerg as a backup to Phillips and Dorrington? Maybe to Phillips, but not Dorrington? I don't know. What do y'all think in the chat? Let me know. I've seen a couple of y'all already comment and tell me what you think. For me personally, I'd just rather see a center back play in the center back position. But like I've said, Højbjerg's got that kind of mindset, right? He's supposed to be a dog, a Viking. What do y'all think? I'm going to keep... Oh, I unstarred it. I don't know where it went. Jessica, I apologize. Don't know where that went. Chris Peters' first comment I have starred is Dorrington or Phillips for the first backup to defense or Dyer? Chris Peters, this is not a hard choice for me to make. I'm taking Phillips as my first backup, and then Dorrington, and then Højbjerg, and then Dyer. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that's too harsh either. I don't think that's too harsh at all. Honestly, when you look at it, anyone but Dyer. Anyone but Dyer. And I think, Alan Bennett, it is time to give you your video. This is why anyone but Dyer.
And you guys never win anything, right? No. Right? Yeah. And you guys...
That motherfucker. I hope ANGE seen that, and that's why he's like, no, I don't want you anywhere near my team. Anywho. Question from Chris Peters. When Bentancur is back, will he be back into the first team? Who will he be taking the place of, or do you think he will have to bide his time? I think he will make his initial impacts off the bench just to get him in the game speed of it. I don't think he immediately comes into the first team, personally. If Papichulo Matesar continues to... He may find it tough. He may absolutely find it tough to find his starting spot, honestly. I just think Sar's coming along nicely. And it's one of those things, if it's going well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But maybe by the time he comes back, we'll look for something new in the midfield. We'll look for a different approach to certain matches. And I think ANGE POSTECOGLOU will have that adept mindset to say, look at this opponent, and I think Bentancur in this position would definitely help us more versus this opponent who plays, you know, maybe these low block teams that we sometimes have trouble of breaking down and we're just sitting there passing all over the final third. Maybe those types of teams, we need a more creative. I mean, the thing is, Papichulo Matesar has been very creative since he's been here. So, and he even got a goal. And I think goals are going to come from everywhere. So the idea, the hope anyway, is to have a squad in which if Bentancur starts over Sar, that we don't miss a beat. That's the hope. At least that's the hope that I see it anyway. You don't want a big drop off from, you know, your starters to your bench. And obviously we saw the massive drop off versus Fulham in the cup tie. But honestly, I don't think he'll come back and be in the first team. I think the place he will be taking would probably be Matesar, if anybody's. And he will definitely have to bide his time. So for sure. Big up, Chris, for that question. Got a few more comments rolling through here. Cal says, backup to the backups wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, I guess. Situation would have to be bad to get to that, of course. You never know. Things pan out in crazy fashions, and you wind up with starting 11s you maybe didn't think you'd have at the beginning of the season. But what I would say is I trust Højbjerg as much, if not maybe a little more than I trust Oliver Skip. That's me being honest. I don't trust either one to get us over the line necessarily, but like to have on the bench is not a bad option. Backup to the backup, exactly. Adam Cruz says, I ruptured my ACL twice, and although I didn't have the same support Bentancur will have, I can assure you it's never the same again. And I'm concerned because his main asset is his running. I would say his main asset is his ability with the ball, passing wise, picking it up deep, finding a creative outlet. Who knows where he kind of fits into this ANGE system, but I think he's got all the assets to be at least a servant. You know, the thing is about these ACLs, I'm jaded because anyone who follows NBA, if you know a man who by the name of Derrick Rose, he was haunted by ACLs because you start overthinking it. How much weight can I put on this knee? Well, then you compensate, and now your back hurts. Then you compensate on the other leg. Well, now you're putting too much pressure on that ACL. Boom, there it goes. Now you need another ACL surgery on the opposite knee. And then you get back from that one, you start saying, I don't know which knee I can trust at all. And yeah, it is a mental game. But he looks like he's in good spirits anytime I see something come out. Adam also says that Dyer and Portnoy clip is so cringe it's hard to watch. I know, but I keep it here for reminders because even on Twitter, people be telling me, oh, he's a servant to the club, he should be respected, and this, that, and the other. And honestly, I ain't having it. Question, how do you see the mentality at Spurs so far in the players? I see it as, big up Ravi, I see it as their mentality monsters. They're doing everything the manager's asking of them, and they're doing it with a fucking smile. What more can we ask for from our players? C. Sherman. Alan Shearer tore his ACL in his first year with Blackburn Rovers and went on to do pretty well. The support a professional gets is insane. Can't compare us to the regular folks, us civilians. Absolutely good point. Big up Jamie Gitt. Big up Jay. If Dyer could go from defensive mid to center back, then Højbjerg definitely can. Good point, Jamie. Very good point. I mean, Dyer didn't do it well. So maybe Højbjerg could do a little bit better, hopefully. Philly ain't from Philly. Son of a gun, no chance. I'm a diehard Yankees fan. And they have to win every game's remaining to even have a remote chance. Okay, so y'all doing shit this year out there in Yankeeville. I'd rather have a center back play center back, but injuries to three center backs would be an emergency situation until January. Rather Højbjerg than Dyer. That's exactly where I land too, Quez. Van Nistelrooy scored 150 goals for Man U after tearing his ACL. See, Sherman is not worried, it seems like. How long's Bentancur been out for now? 7 months? I think it's 7 months now. 6 months? 7 months? He's looking damn near close to returning. No problem, man. That's what the queue is there for. Hit that question. I'll answer it. David Cooper, that video of Dyer laughing about Spurs like a trophy is an absolute disgrace. Either he's a moron or he simply doesn't care. Either one of those I don't want near my club. David also says he's happy to take the money but has no real desire to win anything. And he thinks it's funny that we don't win anything. Fucking loser. Ravi, question. Do you see Spurs getting 3 points off teams this season you didn't do teams last season? You didn't do against teams last season. Absolutely. I think we're going to dominate at Arsenal. You can clip it, you can quote me, I don't really give a shit. I'll say it with my chest. Tottenham Hotspur are going to beat Arsenal in a couple weeks at the Emirates. I'll go full screen so you can look bigger at my fucking face. Arsenal will get beaten by Tottenham Hotspur at the Emirates. It's just going to happen. So that's the first 3 points. And then we play Liverpool at home. I think we drew that fixture last season. We almost won on the road, but then oh, I deleted the photo. No, I didn't. Here it is. But then this happened. Assault, crimes at Anfield. Crimes unatoned for as well, Mr. Diogo Jota. But anyway, we're not here to talk about last year. Definitely not here to talk about last year. But what I will say is, I see us get 9 out of 9 in the next 3. So that's 2 results that didn't go our way last season that we fix up. Lisa, big up Jacob in chat. Højbjerg will start in January when Papi Chulo is at AFCON. That will be his chance to earn his starting spot, says Lisa. Big up. That will be his chance. You just got to lie in wait. Hopefully he's got the right mentality to hang in there for that. Bentancur is training with the squad, rumored to come back in November. That's good news. Big up Ian, says we could do a hell of a lot worse than Højbjerg as midfield general backup. We could do a lot worse. We absolutely could. ACL are also common in the women's game. Not sure why. I don't know why either. Jacob is the only one who can say Bentancur correctly. It must contain 3 rolling R's minimum. Big up Ravi. Ian D. Rose, one of the great what ifs in the NBA. I love that guy so much. Like, subscribe. It's free. It's free, man. Like Morgan Freeman. There you go, Ravi. Go ahead and tell everybody. Hit that like while you're here. I see 87 likes. We've been in and out of 100 viewers at once. 90 votes in the poll. 49% says he has the right mindset regardless if he's able to do anything with it or not. He's got the right mindset. And sometimes mentality's half the battle, right? At least that's what we say. I've wrecked a friend's ACL and he came back better than ever, like Steve Austin. $6 million man. With inflation, that would be a $52 million man. Why are you taking out people's ACLs, man? Why you do that? Not to be fair, I was a crazy man as a goalie. I'd take your knees out. I don't give a shit. And then 90 minutes, you're my enemy. Højbjerg, or Right Lane says, I have been calling to play Højbjerg at center back for a long time. You may get your wish. Who knows? You may get your wish. I haven't heard it, but I'm not saying you didn't say it. I would definitely support you. Big up Zapur. Says, hey, Jacob, mind explaining the first option? What mindset, regardless of what? So Højbjerg said, Zapur, I'll show it again. Basically, more or less in this quote, without reading the whole thing again, that he's had clear communication with the club in regards to his role being reduced going forward. And he knows and he's agreed with the club that he has to perform in order to earn his spot. So he's already putting it on himself to perform when he's called upon, to train the best he can train, and hope that that's enough to impress the manager. So the question being, how do you feel about Højbjerg saying that he can fight for his place in the starting 11? Because that's what he wants. His goal is to get back in the starting 11. But he has to prove it and show it, and he's putting that on his shoulders. So I'm saying that he has the right, like that answer is an option to say he has the right mindset to go and face the challenge head on rather than cowering like a fucking loser like an Eric Dyer. He says, I'm going to go out there and fight this head on, and I'm going to prove that I need my spot back. So I put he has the right mindset regardless because, you know, even if he has the right mindset, doesn't mean he's going to accomplish what he's trying to. I might have the right mindset to be Zlatan Ibrahimovic, but that doesn't mean it's going to fucking happen. So that's why I put regardless in there. Like, he has the right mindset regardless of if he's able to do it or not. I don't want to say that he can't or he won't, but it remains to be seen. 29% says there's a chance, but will be tough. 13% says probably won't happen, but go off, Viking. Oh, I misspelled Viking. That was a typo. Don't worry about it. What is predicted score for the North London Derby? 3-2 Tottenham. 3-2 Tottenham. Mark it. Adam Crew, Jacob, I'm with you on that. We are beating Arsenal. All the pressure will be on them, and we will rattle them. Look, they have a guy who's automatically in their starting 11 that they don't even know what position he plays. He can't even 6 yards in front of the net. He can't even get a connection on the ball. So if he continues in the manner in which he's been playing, I have no doubt that we'll go there and stomp their ass up. Bukayo Saka's looked all right, but he had a sitter in front of the net too. Kicked it right to the goalie. Their back line looks ripe for the picking. We can get in behind that back line with Sonny, Brennan Johnson, no fucking doubt. The other beautiful part, too, is that we got a match versus Sheffield first. So we can see where, you know, maybe we could put Brennan Johnson, etc. But I'm with you, Adam. I definitely believe that we can do it. Jacob, it will be a great game. I hope Spurs will beat Arsenal and show them up. We will, don't worry. And you can come back here and say you heard it first here. Lucas pass was arguably the bigger crime. I don't know. What did I miss? Lucas pass was arguably the bigger crime. Maybe I missed it. Sorry, my comment didn't make sense. No, it did make sense. Sometimes when you're reading 150 comments in a show, I get my words twisted up and then I get all switched up on what I'm trying to say. So big up, Bret Hart. No, it made sense. Chris Peters, Jota Takulu. Oh, that was a crime. Oh, you're saying Lucas pass was the bigger because the Liverpool match. I remember now, Kai. Big up. Sorry, brain fart. Forgot I was talking about Liverpool crimes at Anfield. Yeah, that was a bigger crime, but one was an assault with a deadly weapon. If I took studs and I smashed someone in the face with it in the street, I'm going to fucking spend a night in jail, minimum. I'm just saying. If I did that to somebody in the fucking street, if I went full 300, again, I'm not trying to talk about last year, but if I went full 300 and kicked this man in the head and said, this is Anfield, come on now. What are we doing here? That's a crime. Crime against innocence, man. Hotspur Hippie. We've already gained 5 points over last year against Man United and Burnley. Lost away to Leicester last year. Big up Hotspur Hippie. Dyer is a moron and he doesn't care. Absolutely spot on. Liverpool 12th man. You have to respect someone that is going to fight for a place in the first team, but either way will fight in any capacity the team needs. That's my hope. Liverpool. And we just hit an hour on the stream, by the way. Big up everybody who's here live, or if you're watching this on playback, there's 100 of y'all in the house. Hit that like up one time for your boy. It's absolutely free. Helps the channel. I see 99 votes in the poll. Surely, but don't call me Shirley. We could get over 100 on both of those. Surely we can, but please do not call me Shirley. Barry and Baxter. When Jacob went full screen with his Arsenal prediction, that's the big dick energy. Oh my days. I guarantee every single Spurs fan will wake up that day feeling the fire burning inside like your name was ANGE POSTECOGLOU. But never fear, the mighty, mighty Tottenham Hotspur are here. That's what I got to say. And I know that everyone else in the league is fucking happy. They don't have to play Tottenham just yet. They got another couple weeks to wait on top of however long they have to wait. But everyone's going to get their turn. Everyone gets to step up into the boxing ring and take one with us. But my thing that I've retained all season, and I stand by this, Barry and Baxter, we will always fight the fight. Thus far, no one has been willing to go all 12 rounds with Tottenham Hotspur, with ANGE POSTECOGLOU's Tottenham Hotspur. Nobody's been willing to go all 12 rounds. Now, Manchester United, they went 40 minutes. They went about 5 rounds with us. Bournemouth, they went about 20 minutes. It's about 2 rounds. So when I look at it, I say no one's willing to fight this fight. I don't think Sheffield, I think they're going to try and they're going to lose. I think Arsenal are going to think that they're up for the fight. Maybe they can go half of the distance, and then they'll come out at halftime and we'll put that spanking on them. I have no doubt. No doubt in my mind. Maybe I'll have to take a mud bath if we do lose, but I do have a bet with a couple people. Only chicken sandwiches, y'all. That's all I'm willing to bet. Not money. Let's not worry about donating somewhere. You get a chicken sandwich if you bet. If we place a bet, you get a chicken sandwich. That's I like that a little bit better than the money thing. Cal says, swear Liverpool are the only club we haven't beat at the new stadium yet. Utter disgrace. We have to get that sorted pronto, and we will in a few coming weeks. Don't you worry. Spurs liver take the over, says Jazz Fusion. Kai Bike says if BJ scores in his debut, I predict we finish top 4. Interesting take. Question: thoughts on Spurs off the ball in games? We look hungry. We're getting bodies forward. When we have the ball and all the other players are off the ball, they look like they're willing to make that run. Now off the ball defensively, the press has been nice. The high press has been nice to see. The desire to be on the front foot and go for it. Absolutely. My thoughts are fucking orgasms, man. Watching ANGE balls, like, I couldn't even quantify it in words. I don't know what that means. Believe it or not, women's football is ruthless. I believe it. My older brother used to have a girlfriend who played football. Respect to Højbjerg for wanting to battle it out. That is a great attitude. I absolutely agree. Spain in the Women's World Cup final were ruthless. Zapur says, great mindset, but there's very, very little chance he'll crack the 11. Absolutely. That's why I also put the option, there's a chance, but it will be tough. But also, I did the probably won't happen, but go ahead and go off, King. That's kind of how I feel. You know, it probably won't happen. Let's be honest. It probably won't. But go off, man. Love the mindset. Go ahead. Boxing Kangaroo question. What current long game player has never had an injury? I don't know. I couldn't name you one. They all get injured at some point, man. Everybody does. We are over here on an hour. Probably be wrapping up relatively shortly. So get your questions in. We've hit 100 votes in the poll. That's absolutely phenomenal. Big hang on, my wife just sent me a message. Gotta make sure she's okay. Gotta check on the wifey real quick. Apologies. But yeah, I don't know the answer to this, Boxing Kangaroo. I wish I did know. He has the attributes to be a solid backup, says Donovan. I agree with you. I think he has attributes to be serviceable. Absolutely. Jamie Git question. Next 4 games, how many points? Let's look at it, my friend. Let's look at it. Let's see what our next 4 matches are. Sheffield at home, that's 3. So Sheffield at home, that's 3. I'm saying we're going to Arsenal. My bold predictions, we go to Arsenal and we pick up 3. Liverpool, I'm going to say we get a draw. I'll be modest. I was kind of banging my chest earlier. Fuck it. We're getting 9 out of the next 3. Now out of the next 4. Oh, we're getting 12. We're playing Luton. At Luton. In the backyard. We said in the parking lot, in the backyard, on the moon, doesn't matter. Yeah. We're getting 12 out of the next 4. Don't at me. Liverpool getting spanked at home. We're breaking that curse. ANGE POSTECOGLOU is here to break every single curse. Don't you worry about it. Big up Jamie Gitt. That's what I say. I might be delusional, but I'm riding them ANGE POSTECOGLOU fumes. Definitely riding on them ANGE POSTECOGLOU fumes. Check out 2 women's players when you get the time. Missy Bo Kearns and Sari Holland both play for Liverpool. Great players. Trust me. I trust you. I don't watch much of the women's team, to be honest. Just too much. I watch so many leagues and try and keep tabs on so many players. The women's would just double the workload. But I'll give it a try. I'll try, Ravi. I can't promise you anything on that in front, though. Philly aim from Philly. Jacob, my big blue versus your Cowboys on Sunday. Prediction. The Cowboys are going to stomp that ass 42-17. 42-17. You heard me right. Son of a gun. We've already beaten United this season and didn't last. Yeah, exactly. They don't want to fight that fight versus us. Is he talking about Havertz? I have a feeling Arteta won't play him. He'll be dropped if he underperforms in the PSV game before the derby. I don't think he will. He might fake the injury like Mason Mount so they don't have to say they actually dropped him. That's what I would say would probably happen first, personally. Liverpool 12th man. Like the confidence versus Arsenal, but come on. Skip isn't even on the field if he was properly booked for his red foul versus. I know we're going back to last season. I don't want to keep going back on last season. Let's get away from last season. But it was crime. It was a crime. It was battery. Assault with a deadly weapon. Jacob, how can you get the most out of the Spurs defense? Keep doing what we're doing, baby. Van de Veen's been a rock horse. Christian Romero's been absolutely stud-tastic. He's been a madman, but in the best of ways. Just keep doing what we're doing. That's how we get the most out of this defense. Keep letting them cook. Jacob, you hold down a good stream. My first time here and enjoying it. Keep it up. Big up, Adam Crew. Appreciate you saying that. Try to hold it down one time. Usually if I have a guest on, it's harder to get to all the chat. But what I will say is when I do it solo, I make sure to get all these chats in because y'all really make the show. There's 100 of y'all still here hanging out with me fucking over an hour into this. So y'all really make the show. I appreciate the conversations that we have. We all get to learn more from each other. That's the way I see it. Variety is the spice of life, my friend. Wait, was that Dyer, not Kulu? Kulu is not number 4. Huh? Chris, what you talking about? That was Skip. Did I say Kulu? I said Skip. I might have said Kulu by mistake, but I definitely meant Skip. Question, Jacob, apart from Messi, what other small player do you like? I know you like the big boys. I do like the big boys, Alan. Apart from Messi, what small players do I like? Xavi Simons. He ain't big. That motherfucker can ball. I really wanted us to get him, but he's at RB Leipzig now, and he's absolutely having a phenomenal start to his Bundesliga campaign. He's not very big, Xavi Simons, but he is a baller. The refs seem to get massively pressured by hostile crowds, and none are more hostile than the London Derby. Expect a dodgy penalty or red card. Absolutely. I'll expect some dodgy play as well. Jacob, by the way, is there Korean barbecue in El Paso? Fuck, I don't know. I don't think I've ever had Korean barbecue here, but it doesn't mean that it isn't. Korean barbecue El Paso. There is Cafe Korea, Korea House Restaurant. There's a few. Oh, they're all the way on the east side, though. That's why. Let me see if they got any over here on the west side. See if they got any over here on the west side where Daddy's at. Come on. There's a few. Yeah, there's a few options. I haven't gone to any, but maybe I shall. Been wanting to try something new, spoil my wife because she passed her test. So that's a good idea. Maybe I'll do that, Jaco. In 2012, when Ainge took the helm at Melbourne's victory, he released many players, including Harry Kewell. 10 years later at Celtic, Ainge hired Kewell as an assistant manager. Ainge will deploy Højbjerg when it suits the team. Yeah, absolutely, David Cooper. I trust in Ainge personally. El Telco Carrel. Good night, sir. Au revoir. Good night. Sheffield United knocks us out the FA Cup. I want revenge. 5 goals minimum. Clean sheet. I love this vibes of poor because honestly I feel the same way, my friend. Keep the fucking energy that we had last season when we got knocked out. Kiefer Sutherland looked like he was trying to be the guy going for the hat trick. What a guy. 102 likes. I absolutely love y'all. Thank you so much for everyone who's liked the video. Y'all helped me hit my target of 100 likes, 105 votes. Y'all absolutely killing it. I appreciate y'all so much. Tot Spurs, Discord member, YouTube chat member, Patreon member. Hi, Jacob in chat. We still on track to glory, Jacob, because that's the train I'm on. Come on, you Spurs. Tot Spurs, yeah, absolutely. If you did, you probably weren't here when I said it, but we getting 12 points out of the next 4. Don't at me. Talk to me nicely. We're getting 12 out of the next 4. Clip it. Send it to your mama. I don't give a fuck. Dermot Celtic Rabbito. Big up, Dermot. Let's get serious. Rays with Vegemite sandwich. Never had Vegemite. It sounds weird, like a bug, like a termite. Sounds like a termite spread. I don't know, but I'm down to try it. Fuck it. Trivia question. That's a trivia question, not an interview question. My dog just farted. I don't know if y'all heard that, but my dog just farted. Chris Peters, Solomon is 5'5", and he is a baller. He balled out all right. He did all right for himself on his debut. Adam Crew, hit the like and subscribe for Jacob. People, he's doing good work for us here. Big up, Adam Crew. Appreciate that. As long as I know that you hit that like and subscribe, that means a lot. 103 of y'all have. So every single one of you that have, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. It's absolutely free to do, and it helps the channel massively. So thank you for that. Boxing Kangaroo, great show, Jacob. Off to walk the dog and watch the migrating whales here in Coffs Harbour, Australia. Stay loose. Hey, big up, Boxing Kangaroo. Make sure you hug a kangaroo, don't eat it, and enjoy that. I would love to watch some whales swim. My son, there's a whale in one of his shows an episode of one of his shows. He screams, so he loves the whale. I would love to take him whale watching personally. Big up, Boxing Kangaroo. Have a good rest of your day. Philly. Jacob always showing that BBC energy, and I ain't talking about no British Broadcasting Corporation. Oh, Philly. You already know the vibes, my friend. Come on now. Talk to me nicely. 15 out of the next 5, we're getting revenge on Fulham. I'll be modest for Crystal and wait to see what happens. Let's wait. But before I get too ahead of myself, 12 out of the next 4. I don't give a shit. Talk to me nicely. Olga Hermoso is my wife. Congratulations. I don't know who that is. But congratulations on the wife. Arsenal have 2 players that we must stop, the Martinez and Saka, but our midfield will dominate them, and their defense isn't that great. Martinez? You mean Martinelli? I think it might have been autocorrect, but if you mean Martinelli, fuck him, he's a bum. Chartinelli is what I say. And Bukayo Ball Saka, I ain't concerned about him neither. Maybe immature of me to call him names. I don't really care. But Chartinelli and Balsacca, not concerned. They're going to get shut down. We got Ugodi. Ugoti's going to lock his ass up. Gabriel, whatever his fucking name is, Chartinelli, he's going to get one run in with Romero, and he's going to realize, I don't have a lot of fun going over there, and he ain't going to want to. So son of a gun, I ain't worried about him. We gonna take the ass out, Balsack. I ain't worried about his ass. Zapur, we love the shorty Solomon. He's very, very short. He's a good guy, though. He seems like a good guy. David Tan, hi guys, hello, how you doing? Big up yourself. Modric is small but a wizard. Very good shot as well. I was just thinking of the smallest guy I want to sign right now, and that was Xavi Simons. But Modric, great shout. He is absolutely a wizard. Carried his entire national team in the World Cup, yes. And he does also carry Real Madrid, not this year anymore. Obviously, he's on the bench, but in years past, he was a huge cog for that machine. Jacob likes big. You already know, Jaco. AJ, first time here, still awake. Good to see your American cousin showing love for the mighty Spurs. AJ, you already know. You see the El Paso Spurs behind me. We got supporters groups the most in America. So the love over here across the pond is massive. Do never doubt that. Pigeon Dance will come good, says Richarlison is my hero. Well, you got Pigeon Dance will come good in your name, and you say Richarlison's your hero. Got to imagine you rate the guy highly. Do you think he starts versus Sheffield is my first question for you, good sir. I don't want to say he's done and dusted, but he might be. Richarlison through the middle, 3 matches doing 0. 4th if you talk about Fulham, but let's take that one out of the equation. Let's say 3 Premier League starts, which is how much I said. If you don't do anything in 3 Premier League starts, we have to change something, and we did. And then Heung-min Daddy got the hat trick. So talk to me nicely. Richarlison may come good though. Who knows? Who knows? I don't. David Tan, any prediction for the coming North London Derby? 3-2. We're getting the win, my friend. Don't worry. It's gonna be a 3-2 win. Jacob and chat, see you next time. Got to catch up with my mate Yang over a coffee to talk everything soccer. Big up, David Coop, dog. Big up, man. Appreciate you joining that 10-inch club as well. Appreciate you doing that, my friend. Vegemite is Marmite. And then had neither. Don't want either. Sonny can't be playing up the middle. Sonny can't be playing up no middle likes me. That was a radar blip. I don't think so. I don't think so, Mr. Pigeon. I do not think so. See, Sherman, be careful on that Korean barbecue. It's great, but they make you cook it. You pay for my dinner, and I still have to cook it, is a common response. They make me cook. I don't want to cook it, man. You make my dinner. Speaking of dinner, it's almost dinner time. Got to wrap this show up. But y'all still busting up in the chat, and I appreciate that. Keep hitting them likes. Keep subscribing if you're new, and let me know where you're tapping in from. Let's see. 4 new subscribers since the show started. So big ups to the 4s of you who did subscribe. Big up to the 105 of yous who have hit that like. Y'all absolutely flattering me. 108 votes. So only 3 people didn't grab free beer. And you know what? Usually it's like 40 people participate in the poll but don't hit a like. So come on, talk to me nicely. Pigeon Dance will come good. Danza de Pombo. Proo, proo. Wow. Wait, am I on last night's stream? Your dog farted last night. I don't know what his problem is. He's got gas. And when it gets around dinner time, I think he needs to go take a walk. And he lets me know by just fumigating the room. Thank God we only have 1 game a week. Yeah, I think, until FA Cup starts? So it's a few months of 1 game a week, right? If I'm not mistaken. Liverpool 12 man Jacob, you said you didn't want to go back to last year, but you notoriously dropped the still of Jota the Mad Shata. Jota the Shata, Mad Times. I know, and I will always do this because it boosts my argument more than not having it. But big up. You know I'm shameless. Slightly. Not completely shameless, just somewhat. Big up, Jacob. I'm here but tired. I'd rather Emerson than Pierre-Emile Højbjerg at center back. What is this Højbjerg at center back thing anyway? I must have missed something. Just the quote, Jules. Big up, Jules. Appreciate you being here. Hopefully I don't put you to sleep with the show. But the whole thing with Højbjerg at center back, we were just throwing out ideas of like, he's going to be here. He has the right mindset and he wants to fight for a position. I think he's far down the line as far as midfielders. Getting in behind Sarr is no easy task. I don't think he takes Sarr's position at all. He's nowhere near Basuma. So, like, where does he fit in? He wants to stay and fight, improve, and try and get back in that starting 11. But where can he? And we threw out the idea that potentially at the center back position. Maybe he could come in and do a job there. If, say, Romero's on a suspension, Phillips got injured, and I put him in there after Dorrington, but before Dyer. But a good point. Emerson Royale could also play center back. Maybe the ranking then for center. I forgot about Royale, but if we're gonna, I'll put him in at center back too before Højbjerg. I'll put him in at center back before Dyer as well. So good call there. Good call. Did you see Richie Header in the cup? End of. It was Kane-esque. It was Kane-esque in the sense that he popped up once in the game, scored a goal, and did nothing else. That's happened before with Harry Kane. Swim Master joining late. Big up. Hello, Jacob, and all in the chat. Anyone know if our 25-man squad has been announced yet? Can't see anything on the World Wide Web yet. I haven't seen anything. I'm still hoping that we do the right thing and give Mickey Van de Veen the number 6 and give Destiny Ugodi the number 3. Let's do the right thing, y'all. Do the right thing, Spurs. And don't give anyone the number 15 at all. Let it rot. It needs a breather. 15 just don't look good out there anymore. Richarlison could play center back. This is Sherman. You're hilarious. One of the best players I ever saw was Tommy Harner, 5'4". Harmer the Charmer played for us in the mid-50s. Wow, son of a gun. That's throwing it way back. Never heard of that guy, but cool. Good shout out. I like it. Harmer the Charmer. That's a great ass nickname. Starting Richie over his son after a hat trick would personally make me livid, says Zapur. I would agree. I'd be very upset. But maybe Sheffield is one that you could say, Richarlison, try and get that bag. Maybe. I don't know. There's still plenty of time to talk about that, so I don't want to think too far ahead because we still got content to make, like tomorrow and the next day, etc. So Pigeon Dance says Sonny could do F all for 41 prior games, basically. He's why Kane left, because Kane thought he was donezo. That's a hell of a statement that is incorrect. Kane left because he was trying to pursue. He tried to leave 2 years ago. You're telling me, by this same logic, Mr. Pigeon Dance will come good. You're telling me that Kane thought he was donezo, so that's why he left. So 2 years ago, before he won the Golden Boot, you're saying Kane left Kane wanted to go to City because Son was done. So that's actually hilarious. Son is not done. Go please check back any of my previous shows and comment your thoughts. There's a video. It's titled Son Busting Myths. Go watch that. It's a live stream I did after he got that hat trick. I was completely shameless, but I was also trying to be as honest as I could. And I extensively went over why you're basically wrong in a lot of different ways. It's more like pigeon shitting dance, says Philly. Good point. Just went into the official Spurs site and they posted the 12-man squad. Did they? Let's share the tab. Let's look. Chris Peters, you said you seen it. Let's see. Teams. All right. So no one's going to wear the number 2. No one's going to wear the number 3. All right. And there's no number 6. All right. So they're not changing numbers then. Dyer's in it, it looks like. Sessegnon's punk ass in there. There's Phillips, 35, 36, 37, 38. Oh, and Alfie White. I forgot about Alfie White, man. I was like, who the hell is that guy? I thought that was the end of the page right here, but I kept going. I was like, who the fuck was that? That's hilarious. Wow. Sorry, that dude's little head, he scared me. A little disappointed they didn't give the numbers, but that's whatever. It's trivial. So Ashley Phillips makes it. Valise makes it. Well, I guess they don't even have to be registered technically because they're under 20. None of these except Van de Veen have to be registered. But looks like everyone else makes the squad. No, because Brennan Johnson isn't in here. Brennan Johnson's supposed to be right here. So this isn't official yet, I don't think. I don't think it's updated, yeah. Because Dyer's there. It has our new players, but no Brennan Johnson right here. Brennan Johnson's supposed to be in between these two players, so I don't think it's true. Steady as Shark, I want to see us try Richie on the left wing. Son is striker, looks like a lock. He's just too damn good at timing his runs. He's too damn good at timing his runs, and he's the best finisher we have in the squad. in and around the box, if there's a shot to be taken, I want Son taking it. I want Son leading the line. He's the best finisher we have on the squad. 110%. Fucking Dyer. Even Brian Hill gets a spot. Give Mickey Vanderveen the number 6, y'all. Do the right fucking thing. Kane said, later, Sonny, you ain't world class like me. Now we stuck with Sonny as captain. We're not stuck with Sonny as the captain. We're privileged to have Sonny as the captain. Barry Shuttleworth, one favorite Spurs player from each decade since the 80s. You can only pick one from each decade. Barry Shuttleworth, good question. I'll work backwards. I guess in the 2010s, let me take Son. 2000s. Oh, Barry, you stumped me. I'm gonna star this and come back to it. That's a great question. The Contrarian, who cares if we beat Arsenal, but we give them a game? We're gonna beat them. We're not only gonna give them a game, we're gonna beat their ass at the Emirates. Phillips, Dorrington, Emerson, PH is never getting a place at center back. Good point, AJ. Be a fucking downfall of the club if that's the case. This fan base acts so mediocre. Sonny was horrible for 35 games and great for 1, and they think he's sharing him. Are you okay? Pigeon Dance? Who hurt you? Are you all right? Was my first question. He wasn't horrible for 35 games. He was our second leading goal scorer last season as well. Just throwing that out there. Milton Nobrega. Howdy, Jacob, and everyone in the chat. Top 3 annoying Premier League team fan bases in your opinion. Fan bases. Shit. I have to put. I hate saying it, but Spurs? I'm just kidding. Arsenal, West Ham, and Chelsea. No offense to you, Cursor, or any of my Chelsea friends. But yeah, there's a lot of Chelsea fans that are just insufferable. But I am Spurs fans too. There's plenty of. Look at Pigeon Dance. He's in here saying our captain sucks and we're stuck with him. It's very silly. Good night from the UK. Sleep well. Good night, son of a gun. We will be ending off shortly, so you're not missing too much. Kane scored 30, Son 6. He couldn't carry him any longer. His back hurt. He scored 10 last season, by the way. In all comps, I think it was. I don't know, man. Ange even said Son is ideal. You ever hear him say that about Richie? Why settle for anything less than ideal? Very good point, Zapur. Son was horrendous last season. Cost us Europe. Let's wait and see. And that's all. Hit the like. Well, I like that you're here helping the channel. We don't have to agree to support each other, but I appreciate you showing some support here. My wife has texted me. I think I gotta go. My son's waking up. I gotta go. Yeah, I don't think it's a 25-man squad either, my friend. There were some players on there. I don't think it's official. I think they're just cleaning it up a little bit. Let me make sure there ain't someone I missed yet before I sign off and say goodbye. Probably said this before, but the 13th, I think it's the final squad. So we still got a week. All right, perfect. Big up, Cal. I'll look forward to seeing that. I'm sure there'll be a lot of content around that. Big up, Jake, Tottenham legend. Our first chance in years to beat that lot down the road on their own turf. Big Ange is flying with our new signings. 3-2 to Spurs. Sonny and Romero goals. Big up, Mark. I predicted the same thing. Big up, buddy. Dyer helped us get to 3 finals. You ungrateful heels. Okay, you got to be trolling at this point. Yeah. Yeah, I hope it gets updated and we see some players not on there. Sonny's the best finisher on the world. Big up, J. Co. Statistics, I think, proved it. I think I saw something coming out that he was like, in regards to finishing, his chances is like the highest conversion rate. Yep. Sorry, just had to text my wife. Apologies. Sorry, but no one else deserves to be captain at Spurs over Son, and that's from a rival. Big up. Real recognize real. And you see yourself a couple times. Dyer will come good. You are a troll. You are absolutely just trying to take the piss. Absolutely. This comment, like the Richarlison thing, I'll listen to it. This is not even entertainable. This is just fucking silly. Liverpool fans are the worst, says John Fitzpatrick. No, I don't think so. Maybe the ones you know. I don't know. I've met a lot of cool, really, really cool Liverpool fans personally. Yeah, he's out of his mind. Chris Richards will be a good center back in this system. Homie can sprint like CD Lamb. I love me American center backs. Chris Richards is an FC Dallas Academy product. I absolutely back us signing him 110% with a slight American bias in there. Pigeon Dance definitely needs a hug. I agree. Chris Peters, best YouTube show for me, United Spurs of America. Big up, Chris. I do appreciate your kind words. Not everyone will agree with you on this statement, but know that your statement touches the tingly dinglies of my heart. Have a good one as well. I hope y'all are doing well. Will you watch the Wales-Korea game? Let me see what time that's at. Let me check what time. Is it tomorrow? This morning for some of y'all? Let's see. Thursday, September 7th. Netherlands versus Greece at 12:45. I will be watching that. Whatever else is happening at 12:45. Oh, France versus Ireland. That would be fun. Let's see. That's FIFA, CONCACAF, AFCON qualifying, international friendly. There we go. Well, oh my God, they play at the same time as Greece versus Netherlands. I'll try and do both. I'm going to try and do both. I'm going to be shameless. Tomorrow's going to be a fun day for some ball. Oh, shit. There's a lot of good, fun-looking matches there. Come on. Good. Big up, Avion. Oh, sorry, I fucked up your name, but big up. First time seeing you here. Big up. But, yeah, I'm definitely going to watch that or the Netherlands versus Greece. I'm biased. I like watching Greece personally, and I like the Netherlands. Xavi Simons, Mickey Big Dicky Van de Veen. Big Dicky Mickey, as I like to call him. Would y'all take Matoma at Tottenham? Absolutely, I would take Matoma at Tottenham. Ange Postecoglou wanted Matoma at Celtic, but he couldn't get him because Brighton were going to drop the bag, and that guy was going to go to the Premier League. Matoma's a name that's been mentioned a lot by Ange Postecoglou, so big up, Cursor. Haters, Mugs, and Darrens. That tells me exactly who you are, so goodbye. Goodbye, Pigeon Dance. Bye. I know exactly who you are saying that shit. Get out of here, loser. 11:45 Arizona time, so 12:45 Texas time, I think. Yep. Zapur, over there in Arizona, y'all don't actually switch your clocks with daylight savings, so we'll be synced up later on in the season. But yeah, 12:45, I'll watch that. Goodbye all. Either have a good night or day off to sleep. Good night, Swim Master. Sleep well, sir. Dyer makes White Castle burgers look big. Big up, Bryce. Plain old Bryce. Always here. Keeping it cool. Davies, Roden, Johnson versus Sun. Kim Min Jae, Kang and Lee. Come on. He's got a few people out there with him. I'm going to stream the Korea game in Discord if you'll allow it. Bro, hell yeah. Please do. And if you want to watch the match, it's going to be in the United Spurs of America Discord. You can absolutely do that, Zapur. You are the director of football of the Discord. Come on now. Said it countless times, but the Sun not being captain material talk after he single-handedly won us a game at Villa Park after suffering a broken arm in the first 10 minutes literally contradicts it. Absolutely. He went on to score a brace. I think he scored one, then broke his arm, and then scored another. Or he scored 2 goals with a broken arm. I think one was a penalty. I can't remember exactly, but I remember this match where he broke his arm, played the entire match, and then he was out for a few weeks because he had to have surgery on his broken arm. Absolutely. What a lad. Again, people, because he's not looking like Roy Keane or whatever, they're going to say he's not captain's material. To me, someone's preconceived notions of what a captain should look like do not dictate necessarily what a captain is. And to try and box in a guy like Heung-min Son is a mistake in itself. So, big up. I've never wavered on that, Cal. Jacob, late window in Saudi and Turkey. Who do you most want out the door? Dyer, don't tell, Pigeon Dance. Yeah, Dyer, 100%. Got to be the first one out. I've always wanted him out, first one out. So, yeah, he's a leader in every possible way. I absolutely agree. Lee Kang-in is injured. Oh, that sucks, man. That actually does suck. I like that guy. He's fun to watch. What about Huang Hee-chan from Wolves? I like him as well. He's got a lot of girth. Thick little forward from that guy. I like him. Cursor, just for the record, JH deleted the previous group. Would love to see you and H do a watch long for the Chelsea Spurs game. I'd go live during that stream also. I've considered doing the first watch along on this channel being the Chelsea match. I've considered it. Let me know in the chat right now or on playback if you would tune in, because if there's gonna be like 10 people watching, I'll do it. But if it's just gonna be me yelling into the ether by myself, I probably wouldn't do it. Thought you didn't know how to Discord. I don't, Chris Peters, but I hired me a director of football in Zapur, and Zapur's got it taken care of. Don't you worry. Big up, Mr. K. Good to see you around, buddy. Hope you're living well. Hope you're living fresh and blessed, my friend. Says hi, Jacob and everyone. Come on, you Spurs. Good to see you over there supporting Spurs in the enemy territory. Keane just got headbutted. Chris Callan's last video was about Klinsman talking about how great of a captain's son is. There you go. Look at that, Mr. Pigeon Dance. Huang He Chan is healthy as far as I know. I like him. I think he's talented. Pigeon can't dance unless the beat is disco, and that's long gone. Pick up Dermot. Lee Kang-in was one of my favorite wonder kids in Football Manager 21. Brilliant player, better than Sonny. At least on Football Manager 21, maybe, but let's see what he does. He's at PSG now. Yeah, I'd take that Chelsea match in with you, Jacob. All right, there's one. 1000% I'd be watching your watch along, says ZBD. Big up ZBD. So there's two people that would tune in. Everyone getting directors before the club. Astonishing stuff. Even United Spurs of America Discord has a director of football before the club. If that don't tell you how much work we need to do as a club, I don't know what will. Honestly, don't know why Prem teams are going in for Kubo. He is a baller. Who's Kubo? I don't know who that is right now. I don't know. But that's going to do it, y'all. I do appreciate every single one of y'all that tapped in to this edition, episode number 45 of the United Spurs of America Untitled series here, live and direct. I do appreciate every single one of you who've tapped in, whether it's been live or on playback. It means a lot to me. I see 117 votes, 114 likes. Absolutely astonishing. Let's see if the people on playback can help us get to 150. We didn't hit 150 on last night's episode. And I thought it might be due to the time difference. Let's see, because yesterday, no, that's the wrong tab. Hang on. Yesterday we got, 126 likes. But before that, we were hitting over 250 for 5 streams in a row. 5 out of the last 6 streams, we hit over 250 likes. Last night, 126. Right now, 113. So big up. Big ups indeed for that. Everyone who has hit that, like 113 of y'all, I am thankful for you doing that. So if we don't hit that target, it's all good. I ain't going to stress too much because y'all have been blessing me all stream. So big up everybody in the chat. Please do hit that like on the way out if you don't mind. And I'm going to end the poll right now. Let's see how everyone feels about Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. 44% is the winner. Says he has the right mindset regardless of what happens. So there you go. Let's hope that's the case. Let's hope he has the right mindset through and through. But big ups everybody. I hope you all have enjoyed this one. I absolutely have as well. Keep hitting up those likes if you get the chance. And as always, stay fresh, stay blessed, up the lads, and come on, you Spurs.
United Spurs of America, with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.